there was a whole year of Marina the Diamonds.
Oh yeah.
And I think you played that with your dad last week, but I felt like that was a big part of. Yeah, we have one to play.
The 3 albums of hers, Fruit, oh my God, Fruit and The Family Jewels and Electra Heart were all just like non-stop playing in my life, in my head. Even when they weren't playing, they were playing. And I don't know. I feel like she's the only artist that I feel like I could say saved my life, even though that might not necessarily be true, because it's not like I think I would, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
But I still have this feeling that she did.
And you connected with her really heavily.
Anyway, I would play all 3 of the albums I just named because they're all incredible. And if you haven't already, you should go listen to them.
But this one you played in the car. This is the car ride from Highland Park to Montrose.
Yes.
Every day.
Yeah.
Teen Idol.
I feel like Marina, and especially this song, was like the first time that I really heard lyrics about actual depression, and I really felt like I had not. And like really like straightforward lyrics about it too. And some lyrics that could potentially be controversial, and I just loved it. I loved that she was talking about is something people go through, and I love that she says it.
This is actually really unusual. Like, I didn't feel like she fit into any box that I knew.
For sure. I just realized how I found this song. So I told the story about how I found Prima Donna, which was from a makeup tutorial for a zombie Barbie. And then I didn't even, that was like before I realized that artists make music. I kind of thought songs were just songs and that was it. And, when I was like 11, 12, that was when I really was like, oh my God, all these songs I love, I could click on the artist and see other songs they make and I might love them. And I remember I hadn't done that yet with her, and all I knew was Prima Donna like everybody else. And then I saw a Vine edit of Violet from American Horror Story, Murder House, and it was like an edit of her walking down the halls of the school, and like she's smoking the cigarette, and that cool ass, she's so cool, and I just remember idolizing her. And it was to this part of the song, which is I want the world to go away, and she does that thing with her voice, I want the world to go.
Yeah.
It's like that she like puts on a voice almost.
She does, but it works.
It works so well. And I saw it from that, and I was like, ooh, and I looked up the song, and it was Marina the Diamonds, and then that's actually when I started listening to all of her stuff. So thank you to whoever made that Vine.
I wanna be a bottle blonde. I don't know why, but I feel calm. I wanna be an idle teen. I wish I hadn't been so clean. I wanna stay inside all day. I want the world to go away. I want blood guts and chocolate cake. I wanna be a real fake. Yeah, I was shopping at Teen Idol. Was shopping at prom queen, fighting for the title. Instead of being 16 and putting up a Bible, feeling super, super, super suicidal. Wasted years, the wasted youth, the pretty lies, the ugly truth. The day has come that I have died, only to find I've come alive. I wanna be a virgin pure, a 21st century whore. I wanna bear my virginity so I can feel.
She said, I want back my virginity. Come on.
I wanna make a big mistake. I want blood, guts, and an angel cake. I'm gonna puke it and leave it. Yeah, I was shopping at Teen Idol. Shopping at prom queen, fighting for the title. Instead of being 16 and putting up a Bible, Apple Music, this is Me and Dad Radio with Billie Eilish.
Something else I want to say about this is I was just talking about how much I love her writing, and I had never heard any songs about any sort of depression or sadness or suicidal thoughts or, body problems and eating disorders. And I loved that she was singing about them because I'd never heard them, and I felt not listened to, and
What do you mean not listened to? Not written about by songwriters?
yeah, not listened to by the music industry. And something that's really bothered me over the years is people saying the phrase glamorizing depression or glamorizing suicide or glamorizing. I understand where they're coming from, but I have this feeling of it's not a negative thing, Even you, Mom, we were making Listen Before I Go. People might not know about this, but when we were making Listen Before I Go, Mom was really, really concerned about us putting that song out because she was worried that it would trigger people and that it was too much of glamorizing.
Oh, I didn't think it was glamorizing at all. It's
not.
just that I just thought that it needed to come with the potential to speak to the issue because
No,
we didn't
for
know
sure,
how people would
but
feel about it.
But I think you were worried that people would hear it and be triggered by it and do bad things for it. But what I told you, and I remember you kind of shut up when I said this, I was like, Mom, I'm doing this because this is my only way to get it out without doing something else, without doing what you could imagine, writing about this type of thing and actually putting it out into the world. And you understood that,
Well, I always understood it because there's a big history of things like that, like people writing about stuff like that. But there's also, the tendency for people to copycat things and that's all the concern was. But it came out and people heard it just how you wanted them to.
I actually agreed with you at one point I was worried also that people would hear it and kind of be triggered by it or offended or whatever. And what I was so happy to see was that all I've seen is just fans talking about how much it's made them feel comforted, and hearing somebody else going through the same thing that you're going through doesn't make you feel worse about yourself. It makes you feel a little better. And especially when it's that intimate and you feel like you're the only one listening to it. I don't know. I'm really, really happy that song exists and that I didn't not put it out because I was worried. Things need to be said even if they're maybe controversial.
Totally agree. It's beautiful.